What's up, audience? It's good to be doing another blog post for you guys again. It's been a while, and so I've got a slew of items I'm going to throw at you guys now. I'm just going to recount a few tales. I'm going to keep these in the conscious rather than the subconscious, and the only reason I bring that up is because I've started keeping a dream diary to document all the crazy dreams that I have, and man, they've gotten pretty crazy. In any case, we'll save that for some other time, maybe a private conversation. In any case, yeah, the weather has actually cooled down and started to become really random. We have had cool days turn into really hot days and humid days, and then rain during the night. And we've had some storm fronts coming in, but then just barely past us. But anyway, that's not all that interesting for you guys. So I'm going to move it on to soccer. We went, gosh, there's a lot of soccer to cover. I'm going to try to keep it brief. We went down to San Antonio to play, and it was kind of funny because we left early so that we could support the volleyball team. Except instead of supporting the volleyball team, we pretty much heckled the other team, which was strange. I didn't really know how I felt about that. Honestly, I kind of felt like a loser the whole time, like, because what kind of fan has nothing better to do than heckle the other team the whole time, and even leaves early to do that. And SU even lost the volleyball game, so we looked pretty stupid. But I guess it was funny and all. I mean, the guys had a good time. Um, Here's a shout out to you in Germany, Stefan. I'm glad everything's going better with you. Stefan had a little debacle with a host family that turned out not to be all that they said they were, and he's now with a new host family, and so yeah, we're really happy for him. Academics have come and gone. Computer science, French, Ben and Jerry's tests. Ben and Jerry's is business, and those have all gone pretty well. Had a ad project for my media class. We had to write some 7-page paper about analyzing this advertisement, and I haven't gotten that back yet. But I think it went well. I analyzed this gold advertisement in The Economist. That was a lot of fun. And I'm hired now. I am no longer a part of the unemployment statistic in the United States. I work for the Writing Center, and so I basically edit papers that students have for different classes, and that's really interesting because you get to learn about all these topics that you would never have originally learned about in otherwise. Other than that, my retainer's finally arrived after I lost in Germany. That retainer has traveled a long way to get to me. It was accidentally placed in the trash bin outside, and then a neighbor fished for it, but then accidentally put it in the wrong key slot, and the person that owned that key slot was in Ireland, and he finally came back, didn't know why this retainer was, and finally he sent it to me, and now it's arrived. So thank you for that. Got a postcard from Croatia from a Luxembourgian. That's always great. Thank you very much. Um, let's see here. Item 9. Oh yeah, I had a birthday, so I covered that in the last post. Don't need to say how old I am now. It really depends on what country I'm in, as I've explained in some private conversations. So I went to Austin with some friends for my birthday. That was a lot of fun. We went to Barton Springs at first, which is actually was ranked by Yahoo as one of the top 10 sort of public pools in the world, and it's very natural. They even have sort of this green algae in the pool, and it's meant to really to be a part of nature. And we saw some hippie guys, playing some really crazy instruments with their mouths and fingers, and with like little metal clips that went boing boing boing. And then we went to try to go to Alamo Draft House, but they were sold out. So instead, before that, we enjoyed this little festival on 6th Street, which is basically the party city or party street for the city of Austin. And then we went to the Bat Bridge, but we didn't see any bats come out this time, unfortunately. As I have yet to see the bats come out en masse, and hopefully, maybe third time's the charm. Yeah, and then we went to the Kirby Lane, which is supposed to be a great place to go. The queso was delicious, as Trey said, so thank you, Trey. Um, let's see. So there's probably been a lot that's happened in between then. I'm probably going to remember a whole bunch of things that I forgot to mention after this blog post. Let's see. I've heard from Germany that Gloria and my mother and my grandfather have all rendezvoused in the Schwarzwald, so we'll be thinking of you then. Stefan, is now with his new family, having a great time. And okay, here's it, the Tough Mudder. So this was really the thing I wanted to do for my birthday. This was the number one boom thing. I heard about it through Will Molidor, an ex-Marine. The Tough Mudder is 11 miles of just sheer mud, dirt, you name it, with 28 obstacles in between, really designed to break you down. And it's not really a timed event, it's more about completion. And these obstacles are things like one was a Berlin Wall. You basically had it was basically the same height, and there was very little ability to gain any traction on the wall, so you had to get help from other people to climb this wall. There was also this pit of green ice water and just muddy green gunk, and you had to sort of actually dive in, and you actually had to submerge your whole body and then pop out on the other side. And then there were different mud events. You had to crawl under barbed wire through muddy slush just like they would in the army, and you had to carry logs as another obstacle. You had to climb hay bales, and the very last was electroshocks. And I actually, because the second obstacles were more watery, a lot of the mud washed off. But then when I went through the electroshocks, I got zapped like 3 times, and I just lost control of my body, and so I just head first in the mud, bam, 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 and then over the finish line. Then I'm covered head to toe in mud. And then I waited an hour and a half for everyone else to come in, and so that mud just hardened and crusted. And there's this lady who actually took an after photo of me and the guys, but unfortunately, she has yet to send that to me. She said she'd email it to me, but that was a week ago, so that might have gotten lost. So sorry about that. So yeah, that was the Tough Mudder. It's a great experience. I definitely wanted to do it again with some friends and family. And that happened during fall break. During fall break, we also had 2 soccer matches, both of which we won. And one of them became my profile picture. And then the team play Trinity actually didn't go along with them on that, but that was a big event. And we had some Parantes games that went okay. And and then recently I got to see the orchestra perform, which was very special. And then had a nice walk to Blue Hole with a friend, and that was really nice. It's very very mystical, when you're and when it's pitch black at night and you're near a body of water and there are lights flashing around. Nikita, you know that because that's what we did in Switzerland. No, Austria. Sorry about that. I'm a fool. Yeah, do you remember that, dude? It was the Wörthersee in Klagenfurt. That was great. In any case, so that's my spiel for today. Oh yeah, I totally forgot. I have these 2 other updates. One, public transit meeting. I'm heading up a public transit initiative to try to get public transit for Southwestern University to Georgetown, and not to Georgetown, from Southwestern University to Austin, and then within Georgetown, public transportation. So we're having lots of meetings with the city on that. It's going pretty well. And they have I was so ashamed of this that I wrote it down as having to share with you guys. Horrible soccer miss. We played a Parantes game, and I was right in front of the goal, and I should have scored, but I was so excited that my foot mishit the ball and it went off. And so they say you always have to get one of those out of the way, Well, I did, and hopefully it's the last time. Other than that, I'm just trying to figure out my life plan. Suggestions? You know how to contact me. All right, take care, guys. Talk to you later.